Peace, family. So I'm back with another one, you know what I'm saying? So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones and target individuals about thinking outside the box. Thinking outside the box, you know what I'm saying? And it took me a while to get to this space because I didn't even know what the box was. All I know is for a long time growing up, we always hear this saying in school and other people teaching and giving lessons, like, or trying to help you explain something, like, you got to think outside the box. You know, you're trying to do a paperwork, you should think outside the box. Or you're trying to do a new project, oh, you should think outside the box. Do something different nobody else has done. It used to be, I'm a creative person, but I used to always try to figure out what the fuck is the box. I couldn't comprehend what the box was, and then once I started understanding throughout my ascension process, I realized the box is the thoughts that the system gives you. The system programmed us with a lot of thoughts. So sometimes when we're thinking of them things and we're thinking of something different, we're really just rethinking of something that we saw somewhere else in the line in between there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the box becomes extremely easy to comprehend once you realize it's just the system thoughts that they gave us, you know what I'm saying, and they gave me. We all done had to go through this process. But what I realized was going through this process and understanding that, okay, this box right here is the thoughts the system gave me. So in order for me to think outside the box, what do I have to do? And I used to ponder on back and forth on this all the time, and then I realized I had to remove the system from my thoughts. So I had to literally put myself in a place to where there is no system in place. And how would I react, respond, or handle the situations that I face every day in life? How would I create something different and do something different without formulating their thoughts first? So for me, I always thought of like, okay, if there's no system in charge, it would technically be, in their world, lawless. But in my world, it would just be us being back to living organically. For some reason, they think that if everybody stopped doing this shit right now, we would just all be chaotic and fucked up. But a lot of us would be formulating and coming together a lot more, because a lot of us want to do it now. It's just we're kind of, the other beings are shying away. But we fixing all of that now. But being able to think outside the box, meaning I had to also be able to think of providing and protecting. I had to think of shelter. I had to incorporate all these things that the system normally takes care of for us. Most women, their boxes, that the system put there for us is that they can protect themselves, which you can to a certain extent, but it's only to a certain extent, and you can because you can now in the Western world because you have police. So thinking outside the box and no police, how would you be protecting yourself and defending yourself? All of these are thoughts that we should be thinking of outside of the matrix. All of these, the thoughts that's given to us is considered the box. So if you think of, okay, well, yeah, I can do this financial assistant job. Okay, thinking outside the box, that shit is not important. It's null and void. You wouldn't need that to live outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's a means to make your money, but technically if they shut the shit down, that shit would not be important. And they created a lot of this shit for us to think and to be inside the box. You created all these jobs that's really non-important. It's just a way to keep this damn machine running. Being inside this box, you know what I'm saying? So you have to start formulating thoughts of removing yourself from the system or minimizing it as much as possible. Because I know we all not in a place to where you can just pull out, you know what I'm saying? You're not Neo, you can just unplug from the matrix. You have to set the situation up for you to be able to unplug from the system, you know what I'm saying? But Think of how you would be living if you didn't have this structure that you have now, and the wind is blowing like crazy out here. So that's what kind of day we having. It's been like this. It was kids in the background and everything earlier, but when you going outside and trying to film and get this done, it's not always going to be the way you want it to flow. You know what I'm saying? So, but we still going to keep going anyways. The box is going to be something that is going to hold you in position. That's what it normally does. It kind of keeps you steady in this weird place. We're like programs and computers, and everything they mimic and get from us, they put out here into this world. We mimic and we recreate. So we are computers, you know, we're just the original computer, to be exact, you know what I'm saying? So they got the concept of apps and downloads and uploads and all these things from us within already, you know what I'm saying? So that's where it comes into place to being able to think outside the box, because a lot of the times you'll be having these weird attacks going on, or you may be feeling drained, or you may just be trying to figure out how to think forward. Thinking forward for me helps with just trying to get to a space to where you know that you are slowly working yourself out of the box. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just keep it at the box instead of saying the system, just for the subject matter. You know what I'm saying? You working yourself out of that box. Anytime you have them thoughts come into you and it feels regular or just seems instant, check that shit, because it probably was a thought given to us or programmed on us already. The teachers couldn't even explain to us how to think outside the box. When you think about it, they just used to say it all the time. Hey, you working on this? You should think outside the box. You should think outside the box. But they're not really telling you how to think outside the box, because they didn't even tell you what the box is. If I'm thinking outside the box and I'm in geometry class and math class or something, outside the box for me would be like thinking about English. You know what I'm saying? To that class, that would be outside the box, but in that class, that would be considered wrong. So understanding what the box is, being able to identify it, being able to identify the box, and being able to put your own thoughts in place. You have to be able to put your own thoughts into place. You have to be able to put your own thoughts into place. How would you be doing things if there was no police system in charge to back you up every second of the fucking way? Even though they aren't even for us, which is shown time and time again. How would you be operating if you didn't have the government assistance, or if we didn't have to depend on these jobs that they're giving us, or the structure that's in place right now? These are all the things that we have to think about in order to formulate better ideas to get us thinking outside the box. Fuck that box. That's why it's a box. It's a square. It's holding energy. It's holding energy. It's holding energy. We in a universe. Information, all of this shit is infinite. Infinite. When we say infinite, we mean infinite. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't want to run up too long. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just tap into everything down below. We're going to keep it where it's at. You know what I'm saying? We know what the box is. We identifying everything out here. That's the best way to start ascending and helping you in your process moving forward. Identifying. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love to the kings and queens.